sometimes good things happen to good people. I'm just going to repeat it because this is not my usual stick. Sometimes good things happen to good people. I'm actually more likely to preach that sometimes bad things happen to good people, and those people have done nothing to cause their own suffering. I usually dwell more on that because there's more to unpack when bad things happen to good people. I believe that bad things are not a ploy God uses to make us stronger, because I don't believe God uses people at all, and not in that way. I don't believe that one person's suffering is an object lesson for other people to learn something from. I don't believe that we have hard times to convert other souls to Christianity, because again, God does not use people. God is ahead of, underneath, with, and for people in the suffering that God does not call down or cause to happen. Bad things don't come to us for the benefit of other people. That's what I believe and I'm firm on. But just sometimes, the reverse of what I believe also feels true, or instead feels true. If I won't say that bad things happen to good people by God's hand, I will say that just sometimes good things happen to individual good people. And when that comes about, when that good can be traced to God, then I think the good stuff might just benefit the one individual and everyone else around. When good stuff happens to good people, then I think there might be a communal message in it. At least that's how I see the story of Tabitha from Acts chapter 9. If you don't know this one, hey, no sweat. If you have never heard this name, not a problem. I have been in church most of my life and never heard this story growing up. And here's how I know I was never taught it. Tabitha's other name, her Greek name, is Dorcas. And I can tell you that as a young adult, I would remember any story that had the name Dorcas in it. That would have stuck. So let's just hear it as if for the first time, and let's just see what stands out. In Joppa, there was a disciple named Tabitha. In Greek, her name is Dorcas. Her life overflowed with good works and compassionate acts on behalf of those in need. About that time, though, she became so ill that she died. After they washed her body and laid her in an upper room, since Lydda was near Joppa, Lydda, her town, was near Joppa, and the disciples heard that Peter was there, they sent 2 people to Peter. They urged him, please come right away. And Peter went with them. Upon his arrival, he was taken to the upstairs room where her body was laid. All the widows stood beside Peter crying as they showed the tunics and other clothing Dorcas had made when she was alive. Peter sent everyone out of the room and knelt and prayed. He turned to the body and said, Tabitha, get up. She opened her eyes and saw Peter and sat up. He gave her his hand and he raised her up. Then he called God's holy people together, including the widows, and presented Tabitha alive to them. Okay, let's just take stock of what we know is going on headed into this one. The setting is early church days. It's in fact so soon after Jesus lived that church isn't really a word people are using yet. Small communities of mostly Jewish people are gathering regularly for worship, prayer, and meals. They listen and they encourage one another in the way. At this point in time, Saul, who will later become the Apostle Paul, has just recently converted to this way of Jesus. And Peter is the best known leader the movement has. Cities in the pretty small footprint of Galilee, Samaria, and Syria are still the center of the way's growth. We haven't spread to the whole of the world yet. And the town of Joppa is near Lydda on the Mediterranean Sea coast. In Joppa, of which this is an actual modern day picture, it's still there, in the city of Joppa lived Tabitha. The fact that she's identified with two names gives us kind of a hint that Tabitha lived in